And that has been shown. I mean, there's a lot of research on this, especially like Albert Bandura was like the guy who kind of started this like socio-cognitive way of like learning, where we interact. Well, part of it's like we mimic, but we also interact with people. And that give and take is a lot of how we learn. Like learning is not like, doesn't happen in a vacuum, especially if you take children as an example. Children don't learn just by hearing their parents talk. Their parents communicate with them. That's why it's amazing to me how people will be like, they just sit there and absorb all the language. Really, if I put my child in front of the TV and put the news on, are they going to be an anchorman when they're, by the time they're 2? No, they're not going to know what's going on. They might have the sound system in their brain, and they might have like cadence and rhythm in their brain, but they're not going to have those complex words that have no relation to their lives in their brain.
So no, I think a lot of it, as you're saying, like kind of having it as a scaffold, and also, as you mentioned lastly there, like making it relevant to your life. Like for me personally, I think I was very lucky because I had like so many Chinese friends and still do. That like the fact it makes Chinese learning relevant to me, because I know that I'm going to go, the things I'm learning, I'm going to go and use on a daily basis with them. And also I really loved your points about mimicking as well. I think from my perspective, like, I find that I would subconsciously, at least it felt subconscious. Like I find myself using the way I speak in Chinese. I can kind of tell where it's come from. Do you know what I mean? I can kind of say like, oh wow, I've just used that phrase. Oh, that definitely came from like my friend that lived next door to me for a year, because we would speak every. Do you know what I mean? Like you kind of copy the formulas that you hear around you from what's the